In the vibrant kingdom of Nkrumah, there lived a beautiful princess named Ifua. As the first daughter of King Nkrumah, she was cherished by her father, who had lost his first wife, Ifua's mother, who held a special place in his heart before her death. Ifua's life was unique among her siblings. Unlike her sisters, Afua, Ashanta, and Isi, who pride in their royal status, she didn't care much about her status. She loved art, dancing, and even hunting. With her maid and best friend, she would often sneak out to the village, where they spent carefree days at the stream, the forest, and the village square. Her sisters, envious of their father's affection towards Ifua, isolated her and made her the subject of their mockery. They would tease her about behaving like a man instead of a woman. However, their elder brother Kosi, who cherished Ifua deeply, was her confidant. He taught her the flute and the art of carving masks, skills not typically associated with women. One day, Ifua, while minding her business, engrossed in her flute lessons, is interrupted by her stepsister Ashanta. "You really should learn to act like a proper princess, Ifua," Ashanta teased, with a silly smile on her face. "Look at you, always playing with those strange instruments and running off to the village square like a commoner." Ifua, unbothered by her sister's taunts, responded with a glint of mischief in her eyes. "And what's wrong with finding joy in the world beyond these palace walls? I'd rather dance in the village square than be confined by the expectations that suffocate you." Ashanta laughed. "You're a princess, Ifua, not a wandering hunter. Father expects you to embody grace, not gallivant around like a boy." But what if grace is found in the dance of the common folk, in the melodies of the forest, and in the heartbeat of the village? Ifua cantered, a fire in her words that hinted at the rebellious spirit within her. Ashanta rolled her eyes. "You will never catch a good suitor with those unconventional antics. No man wants a woman who acts more like a warrior than a bride." Ifua chuckled. "I'm not interested in a man who can't appreciate the strength in my spirit. I will find love on my terms, not by conforming to society's expectations." Ashanta gives a long and intentional hiss and walks away. Despite her sister's taunts, Ifua kept on learning her instruments and enjoying her exploits outside the palace walls. Ifua's unconventional interests drew her closer to Kosi, much to the dismay of her sisters. They tried to convince their brother to mistreat her, but he didn't listen to them. Ifua has always been a kind girl and was always cheerful, even tried to make friends with her sisters. But she was always teased for not knowing basic feminine skills like sewing, cooking, and the art of priding like a peacock, which is a skill a princess should have. Instead, Ifua took joy in playing traditional instruments, hunting, and drawing. She disliked men who had too much pride and rejected many suitors who would come for her hand in marriage. One day, during her hunting adventure in the bush, Ifua accidentally injured a man named Botwe, a talented artist skilled in drawing, wood carving, and pottery. While tending to Botwe's wound in the forest, Ifua sees herself admiring the handsome Botwe. Ifua is so much interested in Botwe and his art that she begs to learn from him. Soon, Ifua finds a new hobby, which is hanging out with Botwe in the bush almost every day. They eventually form a bond, and Botwe too starts falling for her. They would not only meet at the bush now, but the stream during the moonlight dance at the market square, and go for stargazing and moon gazing. Soon, Ashanta notices Ifua's newfound joy and gossips to her sisters about it, and they sought to find out why she has been happy. Particularly, Ashanta vowed to uncover the reason for her newfound happiness. Kosi, Ifua's brother, trailed her one day and discovered her connection with Botwe. Initially jealous, Kosi soon realized that his feelings ran deeper. He was in love with his own sister. He was first in denial and completely confused. He had sleepless nights and would gaze at Ifua and wonder to himself when these forbidden feelings started. Confused and conflicted, he sought advice from his friend, Danso. "Danso, I need your advice." "It's for a friend, not me," Kosi said nervously. A friend, you say? All right, go ahead, Danso replied. Kosi starts. Well, you see, my friend has this girl. They are close, always hanging out together. But then he discovers she's been spending time with another man and it's causing him pain. He can't sleep and it's messing with his head. Ah, matters of the heart are never simple. Your friend seems to be in quite a dilemma. Are you sure this isn't about you? No, Danso, it's not me, Kosi denied. All right. It sounds like your friend might be experiencing a classic case of love, Danso said. Love? No, Danso, it can't be. He's just confused. You're in love, my brother, Kosi, my friend. Denial is the first sign. When you care for someone deeply, their happiness becomes your priority, and their pain stings your soul. You are in love. It's not me. It's my friend, Danso denies again and walks away anxiously, pretending to be annoyed. Despite his conflicting emotions, Kosi continued to spend time with Ifua. As years went by, Ifua was now ripe for marriage. Being the first child, she ought to marry before her younger sisters as the culture of the land demands. One evening, she was summoned by her father the king, who advised her to choose one of the suitors from the two princes from a neighboring village who were seeking her hand in marriage. Ifua is unhappy about this, as she is in love with Botue but can't marry him, since he is a commoner. One of the princes, named Ejie, showed more interest and would always visit Ifua at the palace, but she was torn between her love for Botue and her duty as princess. Ifua's sisters, fueled by jealousy, revealed her love affair with Botue to the king, hoping to force her into accepting Ejie's proposal. Ejie, using his influence, had Botue arrested. Devastated, Ifua turned to Kosi for help. Kosi, caught between his love for Ifua and his genuine care for her well-being, decided to assist them. Despite his inner turmoil, he devised a plan to make their father and everyone accept Ifua's love for Botue. Ifua planned to run away with Botue. However, Botue was against it. He urged her to consider her duty to the kingdom and her family. In a twist of fate, Kosi managed to convince the king that true love should not be denied. He spoke passionately about the happiness Ifua had found with Botue and how their union could bring prosperity and unity to the kingdom. The king, moved by Kosi's words and his love for Ifua, accepted. Ifua and Botue eventually got married, and their union brought joy not only to the couple, but also to the kingdom. Kosi, though still grappling with his unspoken love for Ifua, found solace in their happiness. The sisters, having witnessed the power of true love, learned to set aside their jealousy and embrace their sister's choice. The kingdom of Nkrumah flourished with the wisdom that love, in all its forms, could overcome even the most rigid traditions. This story teaches us the power of love and persistence. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Until next time, bye.